What if I told you that the greatest weapon you have against fear isn't in your hands? It's in your heart? That the most powerful force to silence anxiety isn't louder words or stronger walls, but quiet, honest prayer. Not the kind of prayer that just ticks boxes or echoes empty phrases. I'm talking about true prayer, the kind that moves heaven and transforms the soul. Hear the word of the Lord. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication. With thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Philippians 4:6. Now let's pause. This isn't a shallow encouragement. Paul isn't saying, just stop worrying. He writes this while in prison, chained, uncertain of his future. And yet he says, be anxious for nothing. That's not ignorance. That's victory. The secret? True prayer. This verse sits in a passage where Paul is urging the Philippians to stand firm, to rejoice always, and to press into the Lord even when life gets hard. The command to be anxious for nothing isn't just about suppressing emotions. It's a call to trade fear for faith in the presence of God. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, prayer isn't a last resort. It's the first response. And not just any prayer, true prayer, honest, raw, vulnerable communion with God. When was the last time you laid everything bare before the Lord? Not just the polished version, but the real cries of your heart. With thanksgiving, that's the posture. Not entitlement, not complaint, but gratitude, even before the answer comes. That's the faith that drives out fear. When you thank God in the middle of uncertainty, you declare that He is still good, still sovereign, still faithful. And finally, let your requests be made known to God, not hidden, not whispered in shame, but made known. Not because He doesn't already know, but because you need to bring them to Him. True prayer is surrender, and in surrender, fear loses its grip. This kind of prayer shifts the atmosphere. It may not change the situation immediately, but it changes you. The peace of God, which Paul describes in the very next verse, doesn't come from perfect outcomes. It comes from persistent prayer. Brothers and sisters, fear cannot stand in the presence of a praying heart. Not the fear of the unknown, not the fear of rejection, not the fear of failure. When you take your fears to the Father, He meets them with His love, and perfect love casts out fear. So don't hold back today. Don't let fear dictate your next step. Kneel down. Speak up. Let your requests be made known. True prayer isn't just a spiritual discipline, it's a weapon. And when wielded in faith, it drives out fear.